Now, I'll be lying if I didn't say that I am getting slightly worried now. Reason being is because solo leveling has been out for what, around 3 weeks, and the developers have been active in terms of, putting out fixes, patches, and all that good stuff. So that's a plus. But they've still yet to address, I guess you could say, the elephant in the room, aka the gold situation. You know, the number one problem which everyone is complaining about, the problem where even the littlest thing of changing artifacts, it requires gold. Anything to everything when it comes to working on characters, whatever, leveling up, it's just gonna ask you to use gold, 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 gold. And unfortunately, to get gold in this game, it's tough. Now, I mention this is because obviously when you come to the end game side of things, it's gonna get a little bit more tougher with the whole gold side of things, truth be told. And the fact that they haven't acknowledged anything about the number one problem that this game has, I'm getting worried. I'm getting scared. So clearly, as you guys can see, they're doing their thing. I mean, look, they're on top of the payment side of things. They're well, yeah, we've got to fix that. I mean, clearly the cheaters have to be completely eliminated. So of course, that's something to work on. But they're actively, putting out patches, making the game better. Again, technically speaking, yes. But the gold situation really is a huge, huge killer for the game. It truly is. And okay, so I understand that there's a lot to take into when it comes to having to kind of change up the economy in terms of the gold situation for the game. So I understand that behind the scenes it might take a little bit longer. I was just maybe thinking acknowledgement, communication, possibly give the player base that that notice to be like, we hear your cry, we understand that gold is a problem, just give us time and we will rectify things, make things a little bit more better. At the very least, just getting that as a notice will inform us as the players, beautiful, the game is on that right track of being improved, being better, the developers are listening. Because truth be told, in all honesty, I truly do believe that gold is going to be the biggest negative for this game, like the biggest hit, because it really does cut down playtime in terms of the characters you want to. Because at the end of the day, what do people want to do? They summon, they get their characters, and immediately what do people want to do? They want to work on their characters. They want to work on the characters that they summon for. They put money into. Well, some of us. I mean, if you go about playing free to play, then fair play. But still, it does cut out playtime. But regardless, you summon, you pull the character that you want. You invest into the character in terms of artifacts, leveling them up. It requires gold, fair play, give us the gold so that way we can just get on with the game, enjoy it and play it and continue supporting it. And by kind of limiting that, it's a bit weird. Now, for anyone, okay, I do get the question about, Sharon, how do you get so many gold? So, if you guys didn't know, there's a pay to win pay to win way of doing it. You basically go over to the shop, and you can get around about like 5 mil gold. Basically, it's pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie. So you buy the gold support pack, which is 450 diamonds, and then when this pack disappears, another pack will appear, and you can buy it 9 times. And I'm gonna have to show you guys, aren't I? God damn it. All right. Okay, as I was saying, so you basically buy this pack, and yeah, it gives you all of that, and then there we go. So this is kind of where the money maker is. So basically, this is what a lot of people, well, those that spend money on this game, this is basically what they do. So 2.5 mil, and then through this, yeah, this will give you like another, what, 1.5 or probably more. But yeah, the end result for me personally has always been around about 4 to 5 mil is what I get every time I buy this pack. So this is, so if you're wondering how do certain people get a lot of gold, this is basically the way they maximize their pay to win gold. So that's right now the pay to win side of things of getting gold. The free to play way of doing it right now, it's very difficult. I know that a lot of people are resulting into having to salvage like their old artifacts, which I mean, yeah, I mean it's not a bad idea. I mean, I typically never use the grey version, so if I wanted to, I mean, I could sell. I know that if I sell 100 quantity of the lowest rarity, it'll equate to like 70k gold, which that's gonna go in. To be fair, 70k gold is probably going to go into one artifact when you're trying to get up to 14, truth be told. So selling 100 to work on one artifact, that's a bit crazy. That is horrible. Oh my god. Now, if you did finish the battle pass, they do a thing where they give you bonus gold. Now, seeing this, I was slightly worried, because I'm seeing them implement things and being like, hey, don't worry, I understand there's a gold situation going on, but we've got this that can help you out with golds, we've got that can help you out with golds, and it kind of worries me, and I'll get into that in just a second. Now, when it comes to finishing the battle pass, and when it comes to the bonus gold, you would think that this is going to be the holy grail of getting a ton of gold when the pass is over. In reality, you're probably going to be walking away like around, probably below 150k, somewhere around there, which to some that might be like, oh, that's a lot. In reality, that is not a lot. That you are going to spank through that so quickly, and yeah, the requirement of gold is so high that 150, or getting around about 150k or below that, is nothing. Like, at the very least, I was expecting 500,000, 750k. That's the amount that I was expecting from the pass itself. So the way it works is, if you complete all your dailies, you'll get 4k gold. So it's like 800 per, right? Seasonal, I tested out and I got 8,000 gold. So if you complete daily missions on the bar, that's 4,000. Seasonal will give you 8,000 if you complete it. Weekly, I haven't tested out, but if that's 4,000 and that's 8,000, then I assume weekly will be 6,000, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at, which is, again, not a lot in terms of what I was expecting. So this is something that I hope they look into and they change up, because yeah, we need a lot of gold. Now, coming back to my worry. So when I mentioned about when I'm seeing all of this and them kind of using this as a little bit of a scapegoat to be like, hey, we've implemented a few things for you to gain gold, but they're not giving out the amount of gold that's actually needed, like a good sufficient amount. And so I'm getting worried to the point where they might do it where with gold, they'll probably say, hey, we'll give you gold here and there, but we're not going to change anything. And if that is the case, that is not acceptable at all. And that's kind of where I'm leaning towards, and thinking that that's what they're probably going to do. Is it going to be is it going to kill the vibe for this game? Of course it will, because it really does kind of stop you in your tracks of what you can do. It's the number one thing, in my opinion, as well as from what I've been reading from your guys' point of view, that it's kind of like the number one roadblock or a wall that people will come to, and it's just like, what do I do? And you kind of have to wait. Even with the daily reset, you know, some people might resort to into being, my activity fund will help me out. I'll be honest, the activity funds doesn't really give you even that much gold either, to be honest. And again, you can really run through most of the gold through the activity funds. Even if you wait a whole day, you can pretty much run through all that gold within 1 or 2 artifacts, leveling up 1 or 2 artifacts, or even leveling up a character, a single character that you might not even be able to max out. So, truth be told, with how actively they're pushing out patches, acknowledging certain fixes, making game improvements here and there, the fact that nothing has been said about gold, I am bricking it for the game. I want this game to succeed, and I want this game to do well. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, if they can touch up on the gold situation, this game will be phenomenal. I just hope and pray that we get the patch one day where they acknowledge the gold and they decide to go about fixing it. But until that day comes, boys, I am telling you, again, we're 3 weeks in. Gold has been informed to them within the first week, and it's still radio silence. So we might need to bombard them with the suggestions. I might, because so far I've put into, so the first suggestions I informed them of was the whole gold situation and a few others. The second time I went furthermore in detail with the gold situation and how they need to reduce the cost. I might need to go all on in, or just remind them the third time to be like, yo, can you do something about the gold? So yeah, that's my biggest worry, and I'm slightly to get worried the fact that they haven't really, no developer notice, nothing, no updates, no issues. Oh, is this here? Something here? No, because they're quick on the ball on adjusting balance in certain missions, making so that certain materials are more easily farmable, accessible, which is all good and all, but the gold, man, I'm getting worried. It is going to be a #1 killer for the game in terms of, you know, well, it's not going to kill the game. That's not what I'm trying to say. But it will affect the game negatively in terms of people just getting frustrated. And that will lead to people just, you know, turning off the game, turning away from the game, you know? That's the ultimate truth. Once you put that wall up, what's the point? And the fact that it's goddamn gold. A material to use to progress through the game, to enjoy it, to have fun, to work on your characters. Why would you... It just doesn't make sense. Why would you put up a wall for that?